I didn't bring my coat either because I thought, oh, I don't think I need it. But I'm already kind of getting friggin' cold. This is not going according to the game plan. Haha. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Hey, what's going on today, boys and girls? It is middle of March. It is finally the first day that I think I can head over to storage and kind of go tinker around over there without freezing my nuts off. This is my buddy's old place. It just sold. He had it for like 15 years. You see the sold sign? Good on you, Dano. Been a long time. Anyway, I am going to take advantage of this weather because I think it's going to be good for a few days and then back to pretty friggin' cold. And I got a couple things over at storage that I would like to check out. Oh, I've got a Old Coney Island that I don't think I shared with you guys yet. And I just realized I have the back glass at home in the nice, warm, comfy, happy place. I'll have to bring that back because, well, the goal is to try and see how well I can get it up and running. It is like a game plan from late 70s. It is the only game plan machine full size that I've ever had. I had a Star Trip cocktail game plan once 8 years ago, according to my Facebook memories. So this is actually the first full-sized game plan that I've had, and it's not something that I'm planning on cycling through the collection. I am planning on seeing I want to check it out and see if I can get it up and running and playing. Have a little fun with it and then just sell it. Maybe help to pay for some storage fees. This particular garage I'm going to is our own property, so at least I don't have to pay storage fees there. But my other unit, it's like $500 a month, so I figure if I can sell one project machine a month-ish, then I can cover my overhead and keep the pinball fun rolling. Anyway, so that's what we're gonna do, I think. I may change my mind, but I think I'm pretty set on Old Coney Island. Game Plan MPU-2, I believe, is the version, and I looked at the CPU and it looked like it had a little bit of corrosion. You know what? Those boards are incredibly rare, and the reproductions for those are incredibly expensive and incredibly rare, if he's even still producing them. I think it was Echo Lake, possibly, is the guy that was reproducing these game plan boards. I should almost just turf the entire machine just to save the MPU there, because that would suit a like Cyclops or a Sharpshooter or something cool like that much better. Not an Old Coney Island. Anyway, that's where we're at. That's what we're gonna do. I'll see you over there. Okay, at storage here. This is our Old Coney Island game plan. Again, like I said, my back glass is at home. But let's have a closer look. Like I said, it's my first full-size game plan. And the other one was a cocktail machine, so it's going to be very different. You got these displays that are different than what you normally see. Oh, and just for fun, I kind of quickly checked for the Echo Lake reproduction MPU. And I see a couple listings that are sold and they were close to $400 US. I didn't look that hard, but it didn't look like they were readily available. So I think that, yeah, they're still probably pretty darn hard to find one of these MPUs that is in good shape. Now you'll see Someone did replace the original battery at some point with a recharging capacitor. And there is a little bit of corrosion for sure. Look at this connector there. Whoa. Wonder if this connector is equally bad. Seeing that amount of corrosion on that connector doesn't leave me a whole lot of high hopes for functionality on this machine. But all in all though, the corrosion from the battery is pretty isolated to that area. Like, not on those chip legs really, has it? Maybe a little bit. Socketed chips at least. So I think in the grand scheme of things, it's actually pretty minor. I bought a bunch of these boards, like kind of parts boards, game plan boards once upon a time, and they were all really roached. Like, that corrosion just destroyed everything. This is actually nice compared, so it's a good starting point. But yeah, this is the board set here. What does this say? I'm not really sure. That looks like probably a driver board, all the transistors. And then this is probably your lamp board. Oh, look, good. When I first got this machine, the one thing I noticed is this fuse here is blown. Can you see that? And it tells me, it's got the original paperwork. It's a 10 amp fuse. So I brought my fuses. And there's like, it's kind of similar. Let me zoom out here, probably be a little easier. To kind of the Bally design here with the transformer, maybe even hardwired to the power supply. Got your bridge rectifiers off to the side on this plate. But it's kind of Bally-ish. Oh look, got to hook up a ground wire here. And look at all this fun, color-coded. I had Shiny Boy's delivery services pick this up for me. He said he had a heck of a time disconnecting all these. They were on there for quite some time. Decades, probably. So hopefully, well, there's only 3 white ones. The rest probably shouldn't be able to screw up as long as the female sides are the same color. But again, I've never hooked up one of these before. So I guess the goal is to hook it all up and change that fuse out and see what happens. I can't tell for sure if that connector is burnt or dirty, but I'll have to look closer at that. What about this one here? Well, there's a connector that may need to go there, but the rest are pretty much just in the neck, so that ain't so bad. But yeah, there we go. MPU switch adjustments, maximum credits 40, that's pretty common. Accounting functions, Coney Island model 180. It's cool that it has all that. And it also has that. I'll zoom back in. Model 180 parts catalog. That's pretty cool. And some schematics. That is muy importante. BDU-1 display unit. So Game Plan Incorporated, 140 Lively Boulevard in Elk Grove Village. Elk Grove, okay. Yeah, so this is all good stuff to have for sure. This power supply info, lamp driver info. One thing I learned also is that it's actually colder in this friggin' garage than it is outside. So I'm already getting kind of cold. I guess I may not be able to hang out in here all cozy, comfy luxurious warmth for all that long. Here's some, what I'm guessing are the original drop targets. But yeah, anyway, there's that. Let's take a look here. I didn't bring my coat either because I thought, oh, I don't think I need it. But I'm already kind of getting friggin' cold. This is not going according to the game plan. Haha. All right, so this is kind of cute. Looks like someone etched in every single plate there at the game plan assembly line. But what do we got? Kind of some stadium type art. We went straight for the guts. Now we can look at some cosmetics. What is this? I'm not really sure what that is supposed to be. Am I just blind? What is that? Is it a big flying blimp? I don't know. Because here's the art, all right? We are clearly upside down, but we're also doing a circusy kind of theme park amusement-y. What are these guys? These guys, I know, I'm sorry, I'm upside down. Maybe I'll set it up and then we'll have a closer look. But isn't that the creepiest friggin' clown you ever did see? Okay, so yeah, let's have a look when it's set up here. But it's pretty cool to check out, like, just the differences. The apron. Here's the front. Coin door. That looks pretty pretty generic, nothing too different or fancy. The neck also looks pretty standard. Okay, well, we're gonna set this bad boy up and connect it and see what happens. So I may stick you on the tripod. I brought it, so do a little time lapse for fun. All right, I'm gonna have to time lapse this pretty quick because I feel like I'm gonna be slow and pokey, but probably in about 2 minutes, time lapse, this should be set up. All right, here we go. All right, we're all set up. I don't know if you saw or could tell that I was struggling with the front right leg. That's because the leg bracket is stripped. So I managed to find a couple nuts. Let's see if we can see. And where is it? Right there. So I just put a couple nuts on there. That is pretty simple fix. Those leg tees are like a few bucks at Pinball Resource. And I think the back left one might need a little bit of help too. But other than that, everything went together okay. So here it is. It'd be nice to have the back glass, but that's okay. Do we know what this is yet? Is this like a cruise ship rocket flying through space? Is that what that is? Because there's stars. I do not know. Is it? That looks like kind of like a roller coaster. Maybe this is like a super roller coaster. I don't know. Let's take a look at the playfield art right side up. Okay, so here's that device thingamajiggy again. There are people traveling in it. Is it like futuristic roller coaster? What is going on there? There it is on the other side. So we got this carnival girl here with the hat all decked out. Red, white, and blue. Very red, white, and blue theme. Looks like some newer rubbers and post caps. And as for plastics, it looks like only this one here is cracked. We got the duck chute. Here's this drop target here. I think that is, it looks like it could go on a sharpshooter, right? But I think those are the original targets. The rest, I believe, are reproductions. I mean, replacements. I think this is original. But let's take a look. You'll see. Oh, here's some more people on a regular roller coaster. Girl riding a pony. Oh, pony rides. There's more pony rides up there. Okay. There's the futuristic shuttle coaster thingamajiggy. But yeah, you can see all the plastics are there. The lane guides are even nice. I wonder, they're all original. They just look so good, but it's not like they would get bashed anyway. Okay, I'm gonna slip around to the other side. We got a spinner here. What? Look at that spinner bracket is like sideways. Interesting. Very beefy. Is this, who designed this? It's not gonna give me credit unless I look at Internet Pinball Database, but Roger Sharp was working for these guys. So wouldn't be surprised if Roger Sharp has had his input in this game. But yeah, there's a super creepy clown dude. A couple targets over there look to be original. So, and then in terms of playfield wear, we got a little bit around the saucer kick out. Slip around again. Does that look like that was touched up maybe? Possibly a little bit at one point. Just around the saucer there. So you got a lane here of 5 rollovers. Did I mention, I think the only time, I think I actually played this game once at Pinburg. And I think it was in like the backup bank. It wasn't something, one of our games screwed up and they took us to the back, and I'm pretty sure this is the game that we had to play instead. But nice original apron cards and apron. All in all, it's pretty darn good. But yeah, so I guess Old Coney Island is, you got your pony rides, your roller coasters, your duck chute, but then you got your futuristic saucer, flying saucer roller coaster. So, and then your clowns. I don't really understand the theme exactly, but look, you can spell C-O-N. Con Island. Oh, there. E. Y. Huh, pretty cool. It would be really sweet if I could actually get this set up. Look at this. Somebody looks like they did a flipper rebuild too. These are Williams bats. And they're very nice looking bats. And rubbers too, so a little bit of scrapage. Oh, maybe this is why the fuse is blown. That solenoid might be fried. Maybe there was a bad end of stroke switch. We're gonna have to manually check everything underneath Let me see if I can prop this up. Actually, I'll just put you on pause. Hold on. Okay, I'm on the 16:9, but I'm on the 0.5 instead of 1. So we're picking up some dust particles. Okay, what do we got here? There's something that was there. I don't know. We got all kinds of sawdust. We got some mildewy nastiness in the front corners. Who knows how old that is? Original tilt bob, tilt roll mech. I'm gonna spit my gum out into my toolbox so you don't have to hear me chewing if you can. Then we got this board here, which is interesting. Is this SDU? SSU? SSU-3. So, what is this board? It'll tell us in the manual. But it looks to be okay. Oh, soundboard. Soundboard. That's a pretty monstrous looking soundboard. And then a puny little speaker right there. We got some miscellaneous stuff in the back. There's a couple nuts for these crappy leg tees. And there's something back here. What is this? So there's the old flippers, rubbers. And then some sort of, oh, that looks like for the coin return. You know, stick your finger in there to get your quarters back. And then somebody put a hole in the bottom because they probably put the head on the machine. And was like, where's the power cord, man? Oh, we'll feed it out the bottom. Yeah, let's drill a hole. Okay, so here's some more interesting evidence here. See this? These are your 0.93 terminal pins for these types of connectors. So, and I've seen also evidence here that someone was messing with connectors. Look at this. They really changed out a couple of them and a coil. And there's the old rubbers. And an old bushing. So someone has done some work to this at one point, for sure. Okay, let's take a look at these flipper mechs. Interesting. It's pretty, okay, it's fine. But what do we got going on here? This does not want to budge, so I think this solenoid, it might be bad. And look at this. Is it 2300, 3800, 2300, 3800? Okay, so maybe both those coils were changed because all the other ones look original. They're just kind of like more brown and just look different. They all look okay. So we need to see if there's any other solenoids that appear to be seized up. Okay. There's a saucer over here. We gotta check this. Oh, is that guy? Okay. All right, so what I think is that this might be our culprit. Oh, look at this. Another fuse here. Doesn't necessarily look to be in very good shape either. So do you think this end of stroke switch screwed up at some point? Okay. So I think that this is our culprit. So I could probably just like cut the wires to it if I knew exactly which one was power. These two are for the end of stroke switch, so it's either red or black. And I think black might be power because it travels through the diode and not allowed to travel back. So maybe black is power. And that's connected to the thicker of the two solenoid windings, which is the high voltage side. The thin winding is the low voltage side. So I think black. If I cut black, replace the fuse, who knows, we could be in business. I will probably cut that before I even turn on the machine, just for S&G. Is that a thing? Do people actually say that? For shits and giggles? Do ever people say S and G. If not, I just made that up right now. Okay. Anything else we want to check out? You got your standard kind of stern looking beehive plunger. Got a service outlet there. I got our Varistor line filter. You know, all in all, everything looks pretty good. A little bit of corrosion on the CPU and one bad flipper solenoid. Yeah, here, look, we're missing our little door, so that's where that came from. Okay, so look at these links though, eh? Pretty different. Big fat rectangular links. Definitely worn in the corner there. Probably all corners. Okay, well, I think I gotta connect everything. That's what I'll do. I'll connect everything back up and I will cut the wire to the solenoid and then I will be back. I will be back. I will be back. Pressing the button with my glove doesn't really work all that well. Okay, I removed the solenoid. And sure enough, what do we got going on here? What is that? Is that something I can pluck out of there? Or is that just like swollen? Oh, that might be part of the coil stop that was wedged in there. Definitely doesn't look all that... Oh, what is going on in there? Anyway, definitely a little suspect. I don't think this sleeve is definitely not slipping out easily, so yeah, I think we'll remove that from the equation. I'll be back. Okay, I've got the head connected. Oh, here's the other original flipper rubber. And here is what I... maybe they're not the original drops, because why would you have a drop target in here that is not broken? I thought they were all just broken ones in there. So I'm starting to think these are actually for sharpshooter. That's my guess. Also guessing that this is a single ball game. So we'll do that. Throw that in there. Put this aside for now. Try not to step on them and break them. Here's the rat's nest of connectors. Hopefully everything's squoze well enough. I just fear that Sean was struggling so much to disconnect them that I may not be able to very easily. He's got stronger fingies than I do. Also, good news, it doesn't appear as though anything connects to this green connector. So, or there's no, I probably shouldn't have did that. Now my finger feels all acidy and grossy. Okay, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna plug this guy in. And, okay, let's zoom out just so that I make sure I get everything. We don't know if it's turned on or not, so if I hear a buzzing or an explosion, I'm going to unplug it really quick. Here we go. Oh, I did. All right. Let's power this thing off. And, okay, I didn't disconnect the wires on that solenoid yet. I just kind of hung it there. Because, well, I tried to test the ohms on it. It was not very conclusive. I think it's probably not good, but I don't know for sure. I kind of want to know, like maybe a transistor's blown on the solenoid driver, and maybe that's causing the issues with the flipper. So I think a solenoid, I think it's a transistor possibly, and that would be one of these guys. Any of these guys look suspect? Not really. Okay, so I really don't know what's going to happen here, but that's half the fun. Okay, let's We'll have to check, like, after, if it's being turned on for a minute or two, if this feels like friggin' super hot. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Old Coney Island. Oh. Okay, let's feel this. It's pretty cold in here, so if this solenoid is locked on, I should be starting to feel heat pretty quick. Obviously with that fuse blown. Oh, that might be what it is. But if I change that fuse, then maybe the flipper will want to lock on. But if the solenoid... So maybe the transistor didn't blow because the fuse is doing its job. Okay. Well, what we don't have... We got general illumination. That's pretty standard. We heard the soundboard. So that's cool. We don't have... Oh, look. One controlled lamp. Unless that's just a locked on SCR. No displays currently. But no fire. No smoke. No explosions. I think we're heading in the right direction. Okay, I'm going to change that fuse with a 10 amp. Probably fast blow, I'm guessing. And then we'll try that again. Oh! I forgot to connect my ground too, so that could have something to do with something. Probably not. I didn't see the ground in there, but we'll keep that in mind as well. Okay, fuse is changed out. This is where things could get interesting. I'm a little more scared after fixing it than the initial test for some reason. Okay, I gotta sneeze. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Okay, gesundheit. Okay, so now we want to see if that fuse blows right away. So let's turn off the flash. See if we see any sparks. I'm gonna kind of reach from under here all the way. See what happens. All right, here we go. We got more sound that time. Fuse does not look like it's blown yet. Maybe as soon as I hit the flipper button it might blow. But check this out. Attract mode. Just the Coney Island letters. Oh, with an exclamation mark. I didn't notice that. A-N-D exclamation mark. Hey, look! We've got displays. They're red. They all appear to be working. Okay. Interesting. Very, very... I can't believe that. With all these connectors being disconnected and reconnected. For sure, you would think at least one or two of them got pulled out of the harness a little bit, out of the connector a little bit. Okay, I can't believe we're in attract mode. This is way more progress than I was expecting. Okay, let's close this up. Fuse is still looking good. So that fuse was very important. 24 volt fuse. Anything on 24 volts, eh? Sorry. What else we got? We got line fuse, 12 volts, 7 volt, 24 volts. So that, I'm gonna guess, is probably for solenoids. Nothing else seems like solenoids. Okay. I guess the next thing, we got 0 credits, so let's try and add a credit. Ah, very cute. Some credit sounds are a little more exciting than others. Okay. My hand's cold, but I'm not going to put on this glove. Just let's move that out of the way. Move this out of the way. 69 now. Okay. Do I have 69 credits? 70. Okay. Interesting. Well, this is a big test here. This is where all the solenoids are going to... Well, I guess the drop target solenoid reset upon power up and nothing blew up. But maybe that solenoid will reset again when I hit the start button. So let's see what happens. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. I didn't see if that reset, but obviously the out hole did fire a ball into the shooter lane, the out hole solenoid. And look at this. We're in game mode. I am going to set up the tripod and I'll be right back. Okay. I guess I'm just going to plunge the ball. Let's hit the left flipper and see what happens. I wonder if I hit the right flipper, if that's going to blow the fuse. Let's try it. I could see the lights dimming. I bet you I blew it. Let me take a quick peek. I'll be right back. It's hard to see. Let's go look. If so, though, that's kind of good news. Then we sort of know what our problem is. Did I blow it? Oh, yes. I think we blew it. All right. Okay. So we are narrowing down the issue. Is it bad transistor or bad solenoid? So unless I have a solenoid on me, which I don't, we may only be able to play a one flipper game, but that's not bad. Okay, I'll be right back. Schematics. All right, check this out. I have found solenoid driver schematics. Okay, so here's all the transistors. And it says all transistors are RCA 121, SE 9301, 2N6388 or equivalent. So I wonder if like a standard tip 102 would work. I'm just wanted to test the transistor, right? Just to see, but it doesn't tell me on this page what the designation is. Right flipper equals Q7, you know what I mean? It doesn't say that there. So then I found this. It's kind of handy. This is for solenoids. And so give me the ohms. If I match the correct flipper solenoid, what was it? It was like 300. See, I don't think it was any one of these though, was it? The tube, the wire gauge, the number of turns. I don't know which one of these is the flipper, right flipper, but it does have your resistance there, so you could match the resistance. Something is 1.2 and 21.5, so that has two resistances. That must potentially be the flipper coil because you got your low voltage and your high voltage. Or it could be this guy. 2.8 and 13.4. Anyway, that is not necessarily giving me the info I need. Then I found this, which I thought, oh. At first I thought it was something, but then I realized it was nothing that I could use really. Because first of all, it's sharpshooter, and it's not for solenoids. But I do like how someone spelled the word wire ring. It's the wire ring diagram. I think we had an extra R in there. That's pretty cute. So that is not really helpful. But then I found this. It is the Coney Island. Just like sort of playfield wiring, I guess. Right flipper, left flipper. And I forgot there's a 3 amp slow blow fuse under the playfield. That's probably just that one that we saw. Operates both flippers, it looks like, because it's connected to both. And they're on the 24-volt line, which we're suspecting. Shows you what connector it's on, J15 on the power supply, pins 14 and 15. So I guess I could trace the wiring down to what transistor it is, but still, it's not telling me what transistor it is. So I'll keep plucking away here. But because I was thinking maybe if I take the board home with me, I could change the transistor, find a coil, swap the coil maybe tomorrow or something, and maybe actually be able to play a 2-flipper game. So that's where I'm at for the moment. Okay, so I changed the fuse. Power this back on, and we are going to see to what extent we can play a game with 1 flipper. I haven't really decided my plan for this just yet. Am I going to try and fix the solenoid driver and flipper? I mean, that would be nice. But I may possibly sell it as a project and let someone else have their fun with it. But I kind of want to experience this game before I do that. So we're not going to really have much success doing that with 1 flipper, but we can get some action out of it. Let's see what happens here. See if we hear some new sound effects. Okay, hand off the right flipper, Michael. Wow. Let's get some bounce pass. Nice. Whoa. That is why those drop targets are friggin' breaking. That coil must not be the correct one. That is pretty strong friggin' coil. Watch this. Jeez. Oh, that's the same sound effect that my Star Trip used to make. That bonus countdown. Haha. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Pop bumpers are good. We're gonna roll the ball around here, check out all these switches. Let's hit yeah, so some of these drop target switches are a little flaky. Let's try this saucer over here. Okay, spinner's now lit. Let's try and rip it. It's a little easier when you're throwing the ball around. Oh, did you hear that? It's a pony ride spinner sound effect. Listen. Rob Noel, this is so your machine. You would love it. He's got horses. Oh! Wow. So the slingshots don't appear to be... Oh, yeah. Yep, they just need a little adjusting. So I want to spell Coney Island. But 3 of these switches don't appear to be working. Now these rollovers are lit. Let's see. What's going on? None of those switches seem to be working. What about this row? Oh, bombs away. So that's just gonna keep on going. Oh, no, it ends. Okay, this target. Yeah, that's, reminds me of the old Star Trip. Little rebound rubber here. It's alternating stuff. Okay. Extra ball one lit. Look at that. I got an extra ball. 3x bonus. How do we do that? We need... How do we increase our bonus multiplier? Whoa. Okay, I think we got max bonus now. 5x, 29,000. Oh, and special. Let's see if a knocker works. Watch it, like, blow up the fuse. Okay, I didn't hear a knocker, but that was kind of a cool explosion sound. Okay, let's listen for a bonus countdown. It'll be amazing. Oh boy. Hope we don't have to do this 5 times. Alright, now the 4X. Oh, okay, good. Okay, drop targets aren't quite resetting either, so they need a little bit of love. Look at that, the scores. Scoring the displays, like we got 432,000. All the displays seem to be happy, so that's pretty cool. All right, let's hopefully you can see all that okay. There's not a whole lot left to explore. We did our pony ride, we did our duck shoot. Oh, special is now lit. Explosion time. So, man, soundboard's working good. Too bad we can't spell Coney Island. That would be fun. So bonus seems to carry over. But what happened there? Okay. Pony ride. Alright, I think we've kind of checked every switch. Every solenoid. And so basically it boils down to drop targets need to be redone, right flipper, possibly a transistor, possibly the solenoid, slings adjusted a little bit, and rollover switches. But boards and displays, those are all seemingly working okay. So that's a nice bonus. So that's some pretty cool action on Old Coney Island. They actually made 3,000 of these, so they're around. But this first, well, I guess second one I ever did see that I can recall. And yeah, I guess that might be the end of this little series. If I come back and try and work on this more, then I'll record that. But I think I might just pass this project on to the next person. Now that I got a good assessment of what's going on, I can describe it pretty accurately. And it's not necessarily a machine I need to bring into the basement. If I was running League, like we were before the COVID times, I might bring in something like this for a little while, but space is tight down there, so I'm being a little bit picky of what I bring down there. Plus, it's never fun moving machines up and down the stairs. So that's some Old Coney Island game plan action designed by maybe Roger Sharp. We'll have to check that out at some point, but we'll finish on this note. No, this note. Oh yeah.